Halò, Ciamar hashiv and Jews, Mr. Joseph and Leabhar and Mo Valley Paslich. Hai fluch and Jew hami agam tai le mo skialacht. Skialach, pronounced with a G at the end there. Skialach. Eh, she athvuanach. Vuanach. Reclaiming. I'm just going to change this to a G, okay? Because the sound of this at the end is ge. Skialach, athvuanach, reclaiming. Right. Ans mo skialach. In my story, there's a selkie called Samuel. There's also, well, in Gaelic he's known as Duine Mara. There's also ach-ke, Shoris, agus Benia, she Mairi a hore. Ach-ke she Shoris a her. Anna and Ian, Urishk. There's a mermaid as well. Mujinvara. And two humans, Catherine and Edgar. Now, over the last few podcasts, we've been looking at them. The year is 2030. Basically, mythical creatures are now living along with humans. Not very well, I'm afraid. Most of them are divorced, upset, face major racial discrimination and problems fitting into society. So they've created their own 12-step group, and we're listening to their sharing and what they're going through. And by doing that, we're learning more about Gaelic vocabulary, but we're also learning more about mythical creatures, how they live and what their stories are. Samuel, for example, is a selkie. And the selkie, the legend of the selkie is that they are seals, little animals, and basically they go to the beach sometimes and take off their coats and become humans. And when they do that, if someone steals their coat, then they have to be with that person in order to get their coat back. So for women, they sometimes marry the human. If it's a human man, if he steals their coat, she'll be betrothed to him forever until she can get her coat back at least. Men are the same. So Sam is a selkie. A woman took his coat. He ended up marrying her. They have two kids. They're very bitterly divorced, and she won't give him the coat back. We're coming on in the next podcast probably to Mairi. She's a foreteller of death in Gaelic mythology. So we're learning more about them and how they're living. So Sam shared with us in the last podcast, he gave his share at his recovery meeting. And he was telling us that he's an actor. We read that somewhere. And also that he took the kids to the beach. Okay, so today we are moving on to some more, a different vocabulary. After the meeting, Mairi is asking him some questions. But just before we get to that, just to let you know, like any 12-step recovery group, these beings have their own big book that they like to refer to. Book in Gaelic is lyor. Lyor mor ach-ka. They have a big book. You know, in Gaelic, we don't own anything. So you could say, for example, chòta agam. A coat is at me. I have a coat. So lyor mor ach-ka simply means they have book big. Book big at them. The adjective comes in the middle there. Okay, we'll be talking more about their big book uh, as we continue with our story. Okay, so Mairi is talking to Sam here, and she says, "Hello, Ciamar hau. Hami guma, ach-ke mo chòta agam. Koha ehch-ke mo bhean. Ciamar hau hèin. Hami curs lyor. Hami adó iachi airson a Nighe a dhèanamh ha curs Nollaige agam dhut." We're just going to go through what that means. Now, I've highlighted some things in yellow for us to talk about. Okay, so the first part's easy enough. Mairi is asking Sam, "How are you, Sam?" Ciamar how. He responds by saying, "I'm well, but I don't have my coat." Of course, he's a selkie. He needs his coat to get back to the sea. His wife, that he's divorced from, won't give it to him. She's human. There's going to be a court case because legally he's entitled to it, and that'll come up later. Interesting to note that mo chòta, so it's no longer chòta, mo the knight's coat to become a chòta. Mairi is asking him here, who has it? Who has your coat? Koha ehch-ke. So this is a verb to be, okay? This here is who. So this translates as who has on him, who has it on him, I suppose is the best way to say it. This here would be on him. So in other words, who has it on, I suppose, is the easiest way to translate this. It literally means who has it. So koha agam wouldn't make any sense, of course, because that would be who has it on me. But she's asking who has it on him. So who has it, basically. Remember in Gaelic, as we were saying earlier about the book, they have a big book, lyor more ach-ka. So who has at him on is the literal translation of this. Okay, if it was female, it would be ehch-ke. Now notice here as well, if we say agam, it's A-K-A-M, but we're not. We're saying A-I, so it becomes ehch-ke for a woman, ehch-ke for a man, and I've written them here. So who has it at him? All right, it's kind of long and drawn out, that, because of the way we do possessives. Sam responds, "Mo bhean, my wife." And again, it's lenited because of the mo. Ciamar hau hèin, and Mairi responds with, "Hami curs lyor, I'm good enough, I'm well enough. Hami adó iachi airson a Nighe, a dhèanamh ha curs Nollaige agam dhut. Fine, I'm going home to do the washing. Here's your Christmas card." So she actually says, "I'm well enough, curs lyor." This DH sound here, now again, this is lenition. So dhachaigh is the word for home, but it takes an H, which changes it to a very soft G, a kind of yachi. And if you soften it enough, you actually get yachi, yachi, yachi. So hamiedo yachi airson a Nighe a dhèanamh. And again, she's saying here she's going home for the washing to make. We would say in English, we're going to do the washing. This is a verb to make in Gaelic. So she's going to make the washing. And Nighe, remember her name is Ben Nighe, washer woman. And then she says, Nollaige, I have a Christmas card. Dhut, or dhut. I have a Christmas card for you. So I'm going home to do the washing. Here's your Christmas card. Literally, a Christmas card is at me for you. I think the hardest part here was trying to deal with this. Literally, who is at him on? Yeah, that's a very hard thing to try to work out, especially when it only means who has it. So basically, it's saying, who is it at on? Yeah, who's wearing it? Who has it? There we are. So that's today. Let's just go over this one more time. So lyor ach-ka, they have a big book in this meeting. We'll be talking about that because some of them will be coming later to buy it in our future stories. Halò Ciamar how, hamiguma, but ach, can you mo chòta agam? I don't have my coat. Koha ehch-ke, and if she was asking which woman has it, she would say ehch-ke rather than ehch-ke. Sam responds, mo bhean. Ciamar how bhean, he asks then Mairi. And Mairi responds, Hami lyor, Hami adó dhachaigh airson a Nighe a dhèanamh, ha Nollaige agam dhut. I'm going home to do the washing. Here is your Christmas card. So we'll be hearing more about Mairi next time as she gives her share at the next meeting. And there we are. So interesting words. Lyor ach-ka, they have a big book. Who is the coat at on? My wife, United because of the mo. And again, lots of other bits of lenition there, giving it a kind of yeah when it's dh and a v when it's bh. All right, and there we are. That's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this. Tapalet, chiri and razda.